Okay. I have one other question. I guess this would be for Mrs. Byington also. It says to implement this within 120 days or 50% of the allocation?
The guidelines say that we should have the goal when we're looking at our activities and we're selecting them, that the projects are pretty much ready to go, that yes, that we'd be able to spend 50% of the money within that amount of days, 120, 160 days. However, it's not mandated. It's a goal that we should have when we're looking at these projects.
Okay. Any other committee members? Yes, Mr. Fisher?
Yeah, I just, guess Mr. Tanner stole the words out of my mouth about these South Park and West Park. I think they're both important. I'm putting them together as a, you know, these are neighborhood parks, and I really want people in to check how bad they are. You know what I mean? That door it's very narrow. It seems 24 inches, and I don't care who says what. It's very narrow, and no way is a handicap accessible. It's very, it's pretty sad. So you know, we have a Pee-wee football at South Park. We have softball tournaments at West Park, and I don't think they have any tournaments in Cascade Park that I know of. And I know all our parks are important, but these restrooms should have been done long time ago with all this $800,000 in block grant, and I just like to see this go to the restrooms, and I'd like to know if this is a special grant money we're getting, and if we're asking for $18,000 for the Consolidated Plan and Fair Housing Act study. What if we didn't? I mean, we didn't know we're getting this money, and why didn't it come out of regular CDBG money? And now we're pulling it from this. Then the other services for the seniors and everything, we already had our regular block grant money, which helps the city pay for those programs. And here we are taking that again, and we're not doing long-term improvements to the city. We need to set goals, we built South Park, Thomas Shore Recreational Center with block grant money. Now that's being focused. And we need to stay focused and build these restrooms. And I mean, in the long run, yeah, it's going to help the city out. We're going to have nice restrooms and hopefully attract better residents, and have a nice park for our visitors to our city. So that's my opinion. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Tanner?
Yes, to the mayor's argument here too. He's right in what he says. You have to mow the yard, so on and so forth. But you know, my yard's like anybody else's. It grows, and I mow it. Hot weather, and it's hot, and it's dead and brown. You're not mowing it every week even, let alone every day. So I don't buy that scenario there and that problem. That isn't a problem. We've had different people that are offering to help out with the parks, even take them over or rent them or whatever. You have these ball teams coming in. They have children, they have family, they have sons, daughters, mothers, fathers who come to a game, to a tournament, and can't use a washroom because of their handicap. I'm not asking or talking about building new washrooms. And there's no way you're going to cost the money you're talking about. If you put it out for bid to local people, I'm sure you get it better. But anyway, the fact still remains we're just talking about a door that can be widened to get there by their chairs in and crutches or whatever they might be on at the time, that makes them qualify as a handicap. We're not asking for build new washrooms or expand or anything. Just get the doorways and that so they can get in there. And if there are some urinals or whatever in the way, you move a wall out or take one toilet out and move one over to make it big enough that the handicap can get in. I don't see the big problem that everybody wants to make everything because they want everything to go where they want it to go and do what they want it to do. And I'm tired of it. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mr. Tanner. Mrs. Mitchell?
Not to beat a dead horse about the restrooms, but my son has played Little League for many, many years when he was smaller up at West Park, And if you've never been in the restrooms at West Park or South Park, you need to go in there. They are horrendous. And as a woman, I'll tell you, you don't want to use them. There are no doors. There's no safety. They play late into the evenings. It gets dark up there. It's scary. So we're not asking for brand new restrooms. We're asking for the restrooms, the condition to be made better. I think that's important for the people that utilize the parks. So thank you.
Yes, Mr. Christian.
Through the chair, earlier this year, I brought to community development proposal on our restrooms, and I'm with Donna Mitchell. You know, I mean, we're in this together, and the ADA money also, they approved $10,000. I'm not sure if they have that money or not, but I'm sure they put the money into the architectural barriers, and they said they would give me $10,000 at their meeting. So I'm not sure if they have the money or not now, but this is part of the planning process, and so I'm pretty sure there'll still be $10,000 there, and this is all about planning. You know what I mean? So we need to plan this out and go for it. So.
Well, Mrs. Byington, I know you have to get a master plan together to present and everything. Would you please, you've always done this before anyways, but let us know how you're allotting this so we can see where it's going to be spent, where the money is going to be going. So if the council members have questions about whatever you have, they'll have time to look over it and talk to the appropriate people before it comes to committee to be discussed. You know what I'm saying? So they can.
Well, sure, I can do that. I have no direction at this point from you guys which way you want to go yet.
But whenever, okay.
Well,
just like they're
I know the restrooms.
Right.
I'd have to get costs. We know approximately how much a new restroom would cost. I have no idea yet how much retrofitting them to be ADA accessible would be, and that surely wouldn't take up all of the money, I would hope. So I would need to know where else you want to put the remainder of the money. I was hoping to have some real consensus tonight. If it can't be passed tonight, I understand. We would have to meet on the 26th, and then it has to pass at council on June 1st, unless you want to have a special council meeting after June 1st. But then I would still have to finalize the plan and get it down to HUD by June 5th.
Well, does the committee understand where the money can be spent, where it can be spent, and where it can't go? Do we have any idea? If not, maybe we can get some paperwork or get something from Mrs. Byington to give us an idea of where the money can go so we can look at it before the next meeting? Would that be okay with everyone? Would you need that? Anything to help us know, Angie, because we're not as knowledgeable as you as where, how these things are categorized and where the money can go. So that would help us a lot.
Through you, Mr. Chairman, I would be happy to provide you anything. I'm just not clear on exactly what you need.
Do's and don'ts and can and can't.
The memo I gave you, I thought explained what we can and what we can't do. Our 10% restriction, 70% has to go to low to moderate income. I'm not sure if everybody had the opportunity to read that memo. I apologize. It went out late on Friday because we just got the notice. So if you have specific activities, I would like to know what you're thinking about, so I can go back to HUD and I can ask HUD directly, is this eligible, is this not eligible?
Maybe it would be better if a committee member or someone had a question, they could call you and find out that way. That would probably be better.
That would be fine, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Kershaw.
Through the chair, I've been talking to Angie I've been asking her for weeks about this money, and I know asking how we can use it, and she said we didn't have the guidelines on it. So, but I think it clearly states it right in front of us how we can use it. 70% to benefit low-income persons, 10% for planning, 15% for public services. Ideas for eligible activities, public improvements, demolition, home repair, economic development, revolving loan, other economic incentives. So if the chair, I think Larry Klipstein's here, he's I think he wants to speak. He's raising his hand out there.
Okay, we'll get to him as soon as the committee is finished. Anyone in the audience can speak after the committee finishes. Yes, Mr. Tanner.
But just to put this to rest anyway, okay, one of the eligibility achievements and where this money can be used is public facility improvements. I would call washrooms at the park public facilities. And I think we're giving you some guidance, Angie, right now. As far as the council is concerned, or this committee so far, I think you have a goal to reach here with these here, with just what you're hearing tonight from the majority on the fact of these washrooms. So I don't see what all the rigmarole is about figure this out and figure that out. It tells you what you can use it for. We're asking for this, and I'd like to see this happen. Thank you.